Hi, I'm Craig. I was on a business trip to the Far East when I was taken ill on my first night. I couldn't actually go to the loo, and so I was getting pretty desperate, and by the morning I was taken into A&E and catheterised and told that I should go back to England. I got back to the UK and had blood tests and got a phone call from my doctor a few days later saying that one of my scores was high and that I needed further tests. When I met with the consultant a few weeks later and he did some tests, I asked him what he thought, and without batting an eyelid he said he thought that I had a severe cancer, and in fact it was a late stage prostate cancer, which was unusual for a 50-year-old. You can imagine at this point we were absolutely shocked. My wife and me drove home and actually had to pull over and just talk to each other and try and work out what on earth was going on, because our lives had just totally changed. Subsequent to finding out that I had this late stage cancer, I was asked if I'd go into a drugs trial, and as part of this they asked if I would have a body scan just to tick a box for the trial. I got a call from the hospital a few days later saying that the body scan had come back and that the consultant needed to see me. On the morning that we were due to go and see the consultant after the body scan, I opened my iPhone and up popped verse for the day with a verse from the Bible, Mark 10 verse 27. And it said that Jesus glanced at the crowd and said, "For man it is impossible, but not with God." At this, Sue and myself looked at each other and wondered what was to come. At the hospital, the consultant sat us down. He said that he had some terrible news. He said that the cancer had actually spread from my prostate through my abdomen, through my lymph nodes, and unusually had travelled to my lungs. That the diagnosis was now terminal. I was inoperable, beyond radiotherapy, and he even said that chemotherapy would have little or no effect at that stage. We had a choice to make. We decided that we'd trust what God had said in the morning. Nothing for him is impossible. We went to church the following Sunday and asked people to pray for us, and a number of people came and said they felt they had words from God. All three separate words all talked about light around my body going into one place and into a box, and the box being removed. And the interpretations that each person gave us was about the fact that they felt the cancer would be removed from my body and it would all be returned to its source. We also had different people from the church praying for us on many an occasion, even to the point that one girl drew a picture that she felt that God had given her. A picture showing light going into me, into one place, and the darkness being pushed back. So many different words were given to us, and it was so helpful. We even had a word given to us from a friend in the church who said that she felt our journey was a bit like the Israelites crossing the Red Sea, and that we had a hopeless task ahead of us other than God intervening, and that we would walk across the Red Sea metaphorically on dry ground. After 3 to 4 months had passed and I hadn't died, the consultants decided that they would get me back in for a further body scan, as they were unsure of what was going on. The consultant said the reduction in the cancer size was significant. We actually said we felt it was amazing. But on that basis he sent us away. He told us that we'd have to go away and just carry on with the same drugs that we were on already, the ones that he'd actually said wouldn't work. After many more blood tests and a further 3 months passing, the consultant decided that he should do another body scan because I was still here. I went for a further body scan in January of this year, 2013, only to find that the consultant came to see me again and said that the news this time was brilliant. He said that the cancer in my lungs had gone down to only 2 tumours. This is from hundreds or thousands. And that the cancer in my abdomen had reduced significantly, and that the lymph nodes were starting to clear. Subsequently, in June of 2013, I was asked to go for more scans as I was still here. And so we went through the same rigmarole of body scans, bone scans, and again 10 days later we met with the consultant. This time the consultant said the news was amazing, and he said that they could not find tumours anywhere in my body. Not in my lungs, not in my lymph nodes, not in my abdomen, and not in my prostate. Although the consultants have told me that I still have cancer going through my bloodstream because of the various tests that they've done, I am clear so far of tumours in any of my body. I'm now in a stage where the consultant has said that instead of having a few months to live, he now said I may have some years. I know that the difference has been God in this. I've been on the same drugs as other guys, I've done all the other things that other people have done, but the difference is God. And now I have a hope and a future, and some years to come.